everybody, it's Sean from Retaliation Resale. We got Artie here. Artie, look at the camera, buddy. Artie's a little shy, and he never really wants to be in these things. But the other guys have been in their share, so I want to make sure everything's equal here in the Evans household. And Linda, my lovely assistant, is handing me cats. So this is Artie. Kind of matches the shirt. Oh, I guess she's going to hand me the other one. This is turning into a cat video, but really, this is Sean from Retaliation Resale, about to talk to you about books and what I've sold on eBay. This guy looks like a white lion, but that's Eldred, named after my grandfather. Speaking of my grandfather, pardon me. Linda is opening stuff and making noise while I'm doing a video. I don't know why. But having said that, she's now scampered out to the other room. Speaking of Eldred, my grandfather's passed away, but I visited his gravesite up in Oregon, and that's the reason why we didn't have a video last week. I went to go see my dad up in Oregon with Linda. We had a great time. There was some snow and some, I guess what they call hoarfrost, which is this crazy frost that I've never seen before because I live in sunny California, up in the San Francisco Bay Area, where we haven't had snow for like 30 years. Anyway, the stuff looks like crazy spikes, and it's really interesting and it's really cool, and I took a picture of it and I'll throw some of those in. But what I'm doing is I'm covering a period from November 16th through November 29th on what I sold on eBay. And last time I did a video, I showed you what I was going to list. I showed you a Roald Dahl loose book set, said not for sale on the back because it's sold as a set in a slipcase cover, and I sold those. Listed it for $25, sold it for $25. I'll show you the info, so you can see that this is a real transaction. Yes, I did sell it. Listed it for $25, sold it for $25. Had one guy that sent me a message saying, if these are hardback, I'll take them for $10. And it's like, yeah, if they're hardback, you'll take them for $110. But I just, declined it, and I don't have time for that. Some people, I don't know what goes through some people's minds. But anyway, it was worth $25, so I took that. Also, I have one for The Story of the Stone, and that was the author. I talked about the CAO cow, I don't know. Anyway, that was listed for $40, and I got an offer for $30, and I said, hey, look, there's only two other complete sets of this. One is going for $60, and one is going for $50. Mine's listed for $40. I understand everybody wants a deal, and I'm about to go away for Thanksgiving. So if you offer me $35, I'll take it, but I won't do anything less than that. And within the hour, I got the offer for $35. I took it, and I sold it. Linda was like, oh, you probably could have gotten more. There was a lot of traffic. A lot of people viewed it, but, $35 was fair. I was happy with it. It actually was on a shelf in the garage, and I cleared some stuff and was able to get to it. I'm like, oh, I want to list this. I did. I got some money for it. I'm happy. The other thing, oh, yeah. I got some free books, and I get media as well, and I've got a sealed Ben Hogan DVD set, 3 DVDs. And I got it. I listed it for $18.99. The price was kind of all over the place. I said, okay, I'll try listing it for $18.99. And it sold within an hour of listing. And I was like, oh, I probably should have sold it for a little bit more. But that's okay. DVDs, I never quite know how they're going to sell. I don't know how many people have them. I don't have a DVD player anymore. So I thought it was fair. I'm happy. I'm not going to second guess myself. And, just move on. And as a seller, you have to do that. Make a price. Some of the stuff you're going to be like, oh, I could have gotten more. Some of the things are like, I can't believe I got that much for it. So it's just trial and error. You get a feel for some things. Some things okay, this is a good price, but it might take a while to sell, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to vary from my price. There's other stuff you're like, I just don't know about this. Hey, I'll blow it out. If I get rid of it, that's fine. Maybe I could have gotten some more, but I'll use that money and I'll keep going. So, and there's really no rhyme or reason. You just have to sell stuff. You have to watch other videos about people selling, excuse me, what they sell things for, their thought process, and that will help inform your thought process. And, you know, sometimes you're going to make a mistake. Sometimes you're going to leave some money on the table. Sometimes you're going to have extra money. And that's just the way it goes. It's just live and learn. My situation is different. I get most of my books for free, and that's a video for another occasion. But maybe I could have gotten $5 more on Ben Hogan. I got what I got. I'm happy I put it in my pocket. Pays for some gas, pays for burritos, pays for some cat food. I'm happy. There's an old saying, which I really like, which is pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. Meaning, pigs are meant to eat a lot and do well, but a hog, I don't know the difference between a pig and a hog. I just assume that a hog is a really big pig. And for those of you into ranching and farming and bovine culture, please don't, you know, be gentle, be kind. I'm a city boy, or a pseudo city boy, so I don't know the difference. But hogs get really big, and they are the ones that go to the slaughterhouse that get, you know, made into pork chops and bacon, whereas pigs can just kind of wallow around in the yard and eat scraps and, you know, have a good life on the farm. That's how I take it. So, hey, try to make the money that you can, but sometimes you're going to make a little less than what you think you should. Sometimes you're going to make a little more. It all sort of comes out in the wash in the end. The last item that I sold, and this I sold on the 29th of November, was Ridpass History of the World. And this was from 1923. So it's a 9-volume set. It's over 100 years old. Great end pages, nice coloring on the pages. It's not just white, it was like a sort of purple with these like colored spots on it. Looked really nice. There was one volume that had a little flocking on a couple of the pages, and that was it. I don't believe it was mildew. It looked like flocking to me, but I noted that, and that's, you know, evidently that was fine. So the set sold. A lot of people viewed it, about 19 to 25 people, somewhere in that range. So I knew a lot of people were looking at it. I was surprised that I didn't get an offer earlier, but this one, the right person came along, knew what it was worth, saw that it was priced fairly, and just wanted it. So I shipped it off to Idaho, and all is good in the world. And I thought I would, and oh, the other thing too is I went away, as I said, to Oregon. So I left last Wednesday. We left the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I put my store on vacation with a note basically just saying that I was going to be gone until Sunday. And the orders would not be mailed until I got back. So that way people aren't like, I bought something, where is it? And I didn't know if a lot of people were going to be buying over Thanksgiving or not. But Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. You hang out with family, you eat a bunch of good food, you eat too much food, you sit around on the couch, you watch TV. It's always football in my family. If you drink, you can have some spirits. I'm an ex-drinker, so I don't partake in that. But you're hanging out with family and, you know, spouses and siblings of different people. So people that you don't really see a lot, maybe you only see them once a year at these events. But everyone's hanging out there on their good, you know, good best behavior, hanging out, just having a good time. And to me, it's not about, you know, what you got or what you give me. Everyone's bringing food, they take leftovers home, and everybody has a great time. So I love that. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And then 4th of July, because I like blowing stuff up, but I'm a guy. That's typically how it goes. So I wanted to show you some stuff that I'm listing. So, these books, gun related, we have this book, which is The Effective Safety and International Terrorism. Or Executive Safety and International Terrorism, a guide for travelers. So if you're going to a foreign country, a third world country, as they say, and you don't want to get abducted, this is some stuff to think about and how you should act and behave. So we have that book. Have another gun book, Submachine Guns, Caliber 45, M3 and M3A1. This one's written, I think, in grease pencil, $10. I think one copy sold on Amazon for $10, so it's not a high demand book. But we have this book. Then we also have Army Service Forces Catalog, Ord 9, SNLA-32, Gun Submachine, Caliber 45 Thompson, M19, 28A1, M1, and M1A1. So it's a book on the different guns, and there's, parts and pieces, and, for you gun enthusiasts, we have that book. In addition, there's The Effects of Nuclear Weapons. So these are sort of odds and ends, and I thought I would just bundle them together. I'll call them, gun books or survivalist books or whatever, and maybe I'll try to get like 10 bucks. Okay? I don't know. I want to keep it cheap enough so somebody will buy it. I still want to make some money. I don't want to give it away, but then again, I do want to turn it over. So other people might say, no, you get 20 or 25, maybe for the right person, but there's some value. I want people to have the books. They're not in the best condition. They're okay, but maybe I'll put $12.50. Somebody makes me an offer, maybe I'll take it. Maybe not. Kind of just depends. This other book I really like, Campaigns of the Civil War, Atlanta. This book has a little bit of pencil, but this book is in great shape, and 1882, Charles Scribner's and Sons, and inside the copyright, I don't know if you can see that, 1882, and this is all about Atlanta and the Civil War. There's a few of these listed. I need to go research a little more, but it's in good shape for what it is. I'm excited. Stuff over the Civil War should sell, especially something this old, almost a couple hundred years old. So keep your eyes up. Hopefully next episode of what I sold on eBay, hopefully this will have sold. And then the other thing that I'm going to list here, I'm going to do a little bouncing act, is have a couple of railroad books. This is the American Locomotive Engineering, and this is the American Locomotive Engineering Companion Text. So there's a couple of books here. Again, I have to look up value, but I got a feeling probably maybe like 20 bucks or so, something like that. Could be a little more, might be a little less, but basically I need to research them. I need to go on eBay, see what's sold. If none of them have sold, I need to figure out what it's comparable to, what other things that are similar might have sold for. And again, I'm not trying to break the bank. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. I want to sell. I want to turn it over. It's a couple of train books. My dad's into model trains, model railroading. I had a set when I was a kid. I know there's N scale and HO scale and all that fun stuff. So I'm sure somebody is interested, and I want to hook up my items with somebody that's interested in them at a price where they can afford. I make some money. They get what they want, and we're all happy. And that's kind of what it's all about for me. So there's a little bit of what is sold. There's a little bit of what I'm going to sell, and I would love to hear what you have to say. So please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next episode on Retaliation Resales, what I sold on eBay.